Welcome to Moonlit Whispers, a place where legends drift through the night and every city hides a secret waiting to be told. I am TT, your storyteller. And tonight, I will take you into the heart of Hanoi, Vietnam, where one bus ride became more than just a trip home. It became a story no one could ever forget. In the heart of Hanoi lies a street called Hàng Bài. By day, it is alive with the chaos of scooters, fashion shops, and the impatient blare of horns. But at night, when the shutters come down and the neon flickers, Hàng Bài grows strangely quiet, and that is when the whispers begin. They say that after 11:45 p.m., the last run of bus line 14 passes through. It looks like an ordinary red-danned yellow commuter bus. But some passengers who board it never truly belonged to the living. The earliest story goes back to the late 1990s. A factory worker, exhausted from his shift, climbed aboard. The bus was nearly empty. Only two women sat at the back, wearing flowing white outfit, Vietnam's traditional dress. They faced the window, silent, unmoving. At first, he thought nothing of it. But as the bus rattled over a bump, he noticed something that froze him. Their feet were not touching the floor, and their faces were pale, far too pale, like paper left out in the rain. A chill spread through him. He rang the bell, stepped off at the next stop, and never looked back. The next morning, he shared his story. His friends laughed until he described the women in white. Then, one of them whispered that weeks earlier, two young women had died in a motorbike crash at that very intersection, the same place the bus had stopped. The story spread, and soon, drivers began refusing the midnight route. They spoke of ticket machines that printed slips even when no one boarded. They spoke of passenger counters that jumped from 0 to 14. One driver recalled watching in disbelief as the numbers climbed. His seats were empty, but his bus was full. He opened the doors, looked into the darkness, and muttered, "Tickets, please." The machine went silent, but in the mirror, the seats were no longer empty. The most haunting account came from a college student named Min in 2003. He had studied late and boarded line 14 by habit. At first, everything seemed normal. The bus rattled through Hanoi's narrow streets. But midway down Hàng Bài, the driver slowed. He pulled to the curb, opened the doors, and without turning his head, whispered, "You should get off right now." Confused, Min obeyed. The doors closed. The bus rolled away. But as it passed, Min glanced at the windows, and he saw them. Dozens of faces, pale and hollow-eyed, pressed against the glass, watching him as the bus disappeared into the fog. The next day, Min returned to the depot to ask about the driver. He described the man, the route, the time, but the clerks shook their heads. No one was scheduled to drive that night, they told him. Line 14 hasn't run past midnight in months. So what had Min boarded? A ghost bus, a trick of exhaustion and imagination, or a memory on wheels, doomed to repeat its journey long after its passengers were gone. To this day, taxi drivers in Hanoi still warn people, better not wait for the night bus on Hàng Bài Street. Because if the doors open by themselves and you step inside, you might not ride alone. And if you start counting the passengers, you may not stop until you reach 14. Every city has its shadows, but sometimes the shadows ride with us, and sometimes they never get off. This was Moonlit Whispers. I am TT, and I'll be your voice in the dark. If you would dare to ride the night bus, type night bus in the comments below. And share your own city's legend. It may become the next whisper we follow. Don't forget to subscribe for more mysteries, more legends, and more stories carried on the night. Until then, keep listening, because every whisper hides a truth.